Court is calling 2024 CR 012214, State versus Jeffery Flores. Can I have parties announced for the record? State.
Gary
Defense.
Chirac for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Flores?
Yeah.
Did you understand you're charged with theft of property, $1,500 with 2 or more previous convictions as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution to the Dollar General store, if any. Did you understand that to be the plea? Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with the Dollar General store. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest. Into evidence, states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are. We'll wait PSI, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, just the fact he does have new family support. He's married. His wife has been in court every day. That he's been in court, I think she'll do a good job of keeping him in line. And he understands that probation is probably his last chance to avoid going to prison. Is that correct?
All right.
I'm 9 years clean and doing good for 9 years. So I've been doing my best, but I did fall off the wagon one time and I promise it'll never happen again.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I got one boy,
Age?
5.
Does he live with you?
Yeah.
When's the last time you had employment?
I have employment still. I have my own, I own my own Flores home improvement. So we do anything from home improvements to like lawn to repairs to stuff like that. And I have 4 brothers and we all work together.
All right, the court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Restitution, if any, to the Dollar General. And there's to be no contact with any Dollar General. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment. Within 30 days, there's to be no employment as a home health care provider or in the medical field or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order the theft course, CATS 1 and 2. Once he completes that, 100 hours of community service will be deemed satisfied. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once he completes that, the remaining 100 hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be a TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow TAP recommendations. Probation. Is there anything else? 2 years suspended and probated for 4. All right, we can go off the record in this court. To be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you're going to always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Yes.
Judge, Mr. Mendez-Trevino is here. He has an accompanying case in County Court 4. That's the only court he's been to. It's his first time in the 27th, so they went to the wrong court, but they checked in this morning before 9, showing.
All right, you ask the clerk to pull the file. It's up there, Judge.
Aaron Mendez-Trevino.
Aaron Joseph Mendez-Trevino. I'm doing okay. So you need to make sure that you come to district courts first, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
We went over that today, Judge. It's our first setting. I'm double checking we have everything. We're also in discussions about a possible ETD. And so all of that's gonna be exchanged before the next thing.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset.
Yes, ma'am. It'll be on March 24th.
That works.
All right, just sign the reset form. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for addressing appropriate report. You're welcome.
Judge, may I approach the bench?
I call the cases in order.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Jorge Guevara.
I have not been able to locate him. He's not present this morning.
All
He's
right.
not out there either. Judge.
Thank you. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 012217 State versus Jorge Alberto Cuellar Guevara. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason.
Defense?
Orlando Castellano.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:58 a.m. The defendant never answered docket call. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement for the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor, he is not out there.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have not touched.
All right, state.
State requested bond forfeiture, Your Honor, or judge.
All right, the court will grant the state's motion for a bond forfeiture. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
And Judge, he's on a PR bond.
Oh, he's on a PR bond?
Yes, ma'am.
A PR bond for this offense? Okay.
Yes.
We're back on the record. The court will issue a judge's warrant and remain without bond. Charles Claycomb. Court is calling 2024 CR 009592 State of Texas versus Charles Claycomb. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Dwight Chumley for the defense.
And are you Mr. Claycomb?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're charged with theft of property, $2,500, less than $2,500 with 2 or more previous convictions of a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 15 months in the state jail facility. State will take in consideration 2025 PF 02867. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Part of it, yes, ma'am.
Well, when you say part of it, what do you mean?
I meant that extra part, yes, ma'am, that it was gonna be put on there also.
Yes. So did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement? Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay,
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what was your plea counsel?
Guilty.
Guilty?
Your Honor, I would, on behalf of my client, he'd asked me to share this with you tonight. He is very remorseful. He suffers from addiction. He has HIV because of his drug use. He is 62.
Mhm.
And he just wants you to know doesn't want to be a thief. He just found himself in a very bad cycle.
All right, so Mr. Claycomb, you're gonna have to make sure you change things. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself spending a lot of time in the prison or a lot of time in someone's jail. There are plenty of places that can help you if you want the help, but if you don't reach out, nobody will know your problems, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 15 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. I'm going to take in consideration 2025 PF 02867, and I recommend the therapeutic community for you to help with any issues that may need to be addressed. I do not have the jurisdiction or authority to force them to place you in the program, but what I can say is it's going to be in the judgment and you'll need to request it as well. You understand?
Thanks. Yes.
All right. And when you are released from the state jail facility, if you cannot find a place for treatment with your medical issues or with your drug addictions, if I'm still here, you can come back here and I will pick up the phone and get you the help you need. You understand? All right, good luck to you, Mr. Claycomb.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge, how many-
Mhm.
how many?
15
15
months.
months.
Vanessa Portales.
Think about you every time I see one of those commercials for Verbo.
Oh, yeah,
You know the ones I'm talking about.
yes. All right, so where are we on discovery?
Judge, this is our first appearance
Mhm.
post indictment. Ms. Portales wants an opportunity to come to my office and review the discovery so that we can fashion a way forward in her case.
All right, state on Portales, you'll need to be prepared to tender an offer at the next setting. All right, and Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset.
I can do that one on March 23rd.
March when?
The 23rd?
All right, so it'll be March 23rd. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused once we do
Yes.
the reset form?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Sorry, Judge, I meant March 24th. But the 23rd is a Sunday.
Well, I mean, they can be here on a Sunday.
I'm on pass.
Dylan Jacob Skinner. Yes.
So we have an agreement, we have signed the paperwork, it's it's not an application.
Mhm.
The complainant, who's Dylan's mother, wants to make a victim impact statement at the time.
All right, so I'll take the plea and then we can reset it for that.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, we could do it that way. Yeah, we have the
Sure.
paperwork for this.
Okay, all right, thank you. They have paperwork on that case.
Yes.
Alexandria Alvarez. All right, so we're supposed to be here today for contested.
Yes. But
All right, so I have a motion to withdraw. Why? Why is there a request that the motion be withdrawn?
For violation allegations, and Ms. Alvarez will agree to the amended conditions.
just completed the parenting class. That was a subject of one of the violations.
All right, so what is going to happen with this case? I don't like for cases to end up somewhere else. So the new number one allegation that was in the motion to revoke, what's happening with that case?
Happening with your pending cases in Guadalupe County. When's your next court date on those? Next court date is March 6th.
All right. So you all are leaving that case out there to be handled by someone else?
I am not retained on that case. She does have a court-appointed attorney on the Guadalupe County charges.
All right, and what conditions are being, what is she being alternate amended to?
So my understanding is that she is to take a theft level 2 course along with the moral recognition therapy.
All right, thank you. Yes,
Those are just the recommendations from the probation officer.
all right, so why are we recommending that?
So give me just a moment.
Is it based upon the new number one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, then the court will sign the motion to withdraw. Is there anything else?
Nothing further.
All right, do you have any questions about anything? You seem a little bit confused.
No, I'm sorry, no.
No problem.
I mean, I'm very thankful that's happening.
So, Judge, do you want the amended conditions?
Well, the alternate amendment, the moral recognition therapy, she can do one or the other. Either you can do the theft course or you can do the MRT.
So that option remains open to her. It's not set. in
Oh,
stone.
right now. It's going to be set right now.
Oh,
So
okay. So which one would you rather take?
the MRT is to help you with your thought process, basically something that we all should have learned to choose right as opposed to wrong. For example, if you see money on a counter and you know it's not yours, yeah, you should pick it up and try to find the rightful owner or turn it in to the right person. MRT will help you determine that. As opposed to picking it up, keeping it, putting it in your pocket and hoping nobody will ever know that you took it.
Let's do that.
All right, so Ms. Abrams, just alter amend conditions to include MRT for the burglary. That's, I guess, in misdemeanor court. They'll probably address the theft course with that. All right, thank you.
All
You
right.
just need to remain here for conditions.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Daniel Montoya,
He's coming. He had to he was charging his leg monitor. So
so why was he late for court?
I don't know if he was late for court.
The lifetime, they decided
Oh.
to run it, I'm at the lifetime choke to
Okay.
the program,
Mhm.
and they decided to come whenever they wanted to.
Okay.
So I didn't know he
Alrighty.
was even late, so I
Oh, no,
wasn't
he was
here.
late.
Yeah, he gets a ride from Lifetime. Nobody can go pick him up. Just part of the program that he's in.
All right, today's plea deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor, today we did receive another offer and we countered on that offer. And we would just like additional time, Your Honor, because it may involve him going to prison, and he's in this really good program, which he finishes March 17th. 17th, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
recall this for February 24th. That's the final plea deadline date. It will not be extended any further. All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Court is calling 2024 CR 010834, State versus Ulysses, Gloria-Benitez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Your hand, Your Honor.
defense?
Carlos Martinez for the defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Benitez?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged by indictment with possession, I'm sorry, manufacturing, delivery of controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams. That's a first degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State is silent on your application for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration 2024 PF 24733. And there's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 10 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 250 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Do you wish to proceed with sentencing?
I would prefer, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything you wish to say but in regards to the application for deferred?
Your Honor, I have spoken to the mom and the brother. He comes from a good family. He's just, and after talking to my client, Judge, he's worked all his life. So he says, it was lapse in judgment, some easy money, but it'll never happen again. I've learned my lesson. He says all the right things, and his mom is devastated over this because he's got several brothers, Judge, that are hard workers also and have never gotten it.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court will deny your application for deferred adjudication. The court will find you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. Take in consideration 2024 PF 24733. There's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing. There's to be no re-entry into the United States. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Do you understand you're not allowed to come back to the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
If you come back to the United States, that will be a violation of your probation and you're facing 10 years in the prison if you do that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, he's not allowed re-entry back in the United States. Are any other conditions needed? All right, good luck to you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Those were the best
Hmm?
cough drops that I've been.
Oh, if you need any more, we have some.
You know, I was doing this and, oh, those are a lot.
Ah,
Thank you, guys.
you're welcome.
Yeah, you have a good one.
All right, you too. State on Benitez, do you have the case to be taken in consideration? All right, thank you. Yes. Deputy Laura, I need a cough drop. So thank goodness there's one here. All right, thank you. Yes, Alexandria Alvarez.
And Judge, according to Yaya, they're asking for the GPS to be removed today, but there's no paperwork stating that.
Okay. All right, so once the motion is filed, I'll take it up. So
Okay.
whenever you all file that motion, I'll hear it.
Well,
Oh,
it's
the
part of
GPS.
the bond, and that's my understanding, is that with the altered and amended conditions that cancels it out, doesn't it? And then she's free to have it
Not
removed.
necessarily. I'll need to see the paperwork on that. I don't have any paperwork with regards to that being a condition of bond. If you have them pull it
That
out,
was
review.
something that you had imposed when she had come to turn herself in on the 6th, and
Yeah,
then we had,
no, if you all will have the clerk
okay,
pull the order, I'll review it.
all right.
Okay.
The order from the last time that she was
Yes.
modified to tracking only.
Yes.
Okay,
All right, Dylan Skinner,
Okay, which will be up here, ask the clerk in the back.
Dylan Skinner. Who's the attorney for Dylan Skinner? All right, court is calling 2024 CR 011052, State versus Dylan Skinner. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Brian Kimbrough for Mr. Skinner.
And are you Dylan Skinner? Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications. The state is taking in consideration 2024 CC 739463. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with Dusty Skinner. Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right. And whenever you need me to slow down, just let me know, okay?
It was just that one that you said.
All right. But if you ever need me to slow down, just say it.
You don't
Let me
need to
just
slow
tell
down.
you, a court reporter would appreciate it if somebody says, slow down, judge.
Right.
All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. And off the record, counsel, I know that you and the state had come to an agreement that the complainant wished to give a victim impact. All right, is she able to zoom in? Are you okay with them
We could
checking?
do it this morning, yes.
Yes, all right. If you can see if she can zoom in. All right, thank you. Jason Moore.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2025 CR 0000924 State versus Jason Moore. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Deborah,
And are you Mr. Moore?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with assault on a peace officer as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $1,000 fine and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, community service hours, mental health assessment, no harmful or injurious contact with Barbara Dunkel. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead?
No comment.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Please, Your Honor, yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We hope you follow the plea agreement, Your Honor, and he's been on med since he's been in jail, since November 1st.
All right, and who is Barbara? Ducko?
Mama.
No, I'm asking him.
I'm sorry.
That's my
Who's-
mama.
All right, so why is there why is there a no harmful or injurious contact? Was there any type of case involving her? All right, what are your living arrangements?
I currently live with my mom, taking care of her physically, and she's got a bad ankle, bad hip, so I kind of watch over her. If she's okay, take care of the house.
All right, isn't there a home health care provider to do that?
She doesn't have one. She's actually trying to get surgery and everything.
All right, because I don't allow people to be home health care providers. So if you're trying to segue into being her home health care provider, it's not allowed in this court.
He's gonna get a job.
All right, so I'm asking.
I'm sorry.
So when's the last time you had employment?
Right before this,
Doing what?
aircraft mechanic for civil service, United States Air Force.
So what happened on this day? Why did this all occur?
Can I answer?
I want to know from him. He's the one, you can answer if you're going to be on probation with him. So, all right, so what's going on that day?
I was just currently I had no sleep
Mhm.
for a little while. I was on Ambien. It's a medication.
I know, I understand Ambien.
With my condition, I was.
So have you ever had any mental health diagnosis before?
I have. Yes.
All right, for what?
Bipolar.
All right. And do they have you on medication at the jail?
Yes.
And what is that?
Axel.
Mhm.
And a shot of they call it Abilify.
All right, and do you have any type of case manager or somebody to help you continue with your medications if you're released from custody?
I was on medication before I came with the VA. I get the Veterans Affairs.
Okay. All right. And did anybody check to see if Veterans Treatment Court would accept him in their program?
No.
All right. Do you want to consider being under the umbrella of Veterans Treatment Court?
Many things.
And Norman, no more
Okay,
cases.
I'm satisfied right now. Just the program. Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Veterans Treatment Court?
Do not.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. There's $1,000 fine that'll be probated. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication.
Four, not 3.
Oh, that's outside the agreement.
I know, but I'm just making sure you knew she recommended 3.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Abrams, can you see if somebody from Veterans Treatment Court can come up and speak to him? All right. So 4 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months, a referral to Center for Healthcare Services or the VA. There's been no harmful or injurious contact with Barbara Ducko. There is to be 60 sober meetings in 60 days.
With who?
They'll tell him.
Okay.
150 hours of community service restitution. Do you have any children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
17 and 20.
All right. And are there any minors living in the house with you and your mother?
No.
All right. So there'll be 150 hours community service restitution. I'm going to order anger management. Once he completes anger management, 100 hours will be deemed satisfied. All right, we can go off the record. Somebody from Veterans Treatment Court will come up here and speak with you. Maybe you will decide after talking to them, you want to be considered for the Veterans Treatment Court. If you do, I'll grant your defense counsel motion for new trial if that's what you decide. Otherwise, they're going to come up here and they'll speak to you so they can make sure that you connected with the VA. You understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a seat, sir.
All right, Dylan Skinner? Yes.
Yes, sir. It seems that she is not, she has to write her statement, et cetera, et cetera. Also, if we could just reset the sentencing portion, he wants to make an apology to his mother. And he
All right,
do
we can
that.
recall it for the, Norman, can we recall this for the 24th or 25th? All right, we'll recall you for Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Timothy Gonzalez. All right, so they're dismissing your case. They say that is for insufficient evidence.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Thank you for always dressing appropriately for court.
Is that Timothy Gonzalez, correct? Judge?
Yes. Redwine, Angela Redwine. See, what did I say? People always think the inmates are, you know, a great dating pool. I guess it's a great dating pool for them to be faithful to you, but.
What are you talking about?
Well,
What is
no,
she talking about?
somebody was still trying to talk to inmates. I don't know why. Yes.
Yes.
Can we have the case recalled for Monday?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, and could you let your client know not to be talking to people in the audience?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Judge. We'll be back on Monday.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
See, John, you were wondering, who was I talking about? It's your client. You're welcome. Matthew Boggs? Bags? All right, who's the attorney for Matthew Bags? All right, just have a seat. Your client's not here. I'm sorry, your attorney's not here.
It's right there.
Bags.
Mr. Stenberg. Mr. Stenberg. Come up, they're calling your client.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've had the trouble all day with him.
Court is calling 2024 CR 2163, State versus Matthew Bags. That party is announced for the record for the state.
Virginia for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Joe Stenberg?
And are you Mr. Bags?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Matthew Charles Bags who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 2163 for the offense of repeated violation of court order or bond condition on June 11, 2024 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1? All right. So with regards to the condition, violation of condition number 1, who is the complainant in that? Is it the?
Same victim as in the current case.
All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
He realized the error of his ways. And he accepts 2 years to do.
All right, here you go.
Thank you.
Is there anything you wish to say to the court?
Sorry.
Court is finding violation of condition number 1 true. Court will find you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Rosalind Marie Fernandez. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. When I say no contact, I mean no contact. You're an adult. You should understand you're not to have contact. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Court is calling 2024 CR 012136, State of Texas versus Kindell Smith. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
For the defense,
Renee Munoz for defense.
and are you Mr. Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 134 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244. There's a $500 fine, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If we may, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're requesting that the court follow the negotiated plea agreements. My client is homeless. However, at this point, he is working a program through jail outreach at Haven for Hope. And he's doing quite well there. He's addressing a lot of the issues that have caused him to be in front of the court today. So we're requesting respectfully that the court follow the negotiated plea agreement, Judge.
All right. And is this does he have any priors?
Prior offense to Yes, yes. Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And are these prior felony convictions?
No, misdemeanors.
Misdemeanors for what? All right. Let's go off the record for a moment.